I've heard it said, if you listen closely there, off in the mist, under the cicada, you can hear her.
In my head, just in my mind. That's the way I think, by my mind. Anything come in my mind, I try to think.
There has never been a more written about, studied, admired character to emerge from the cotton fields of the Cane River than Clementine Hunter.
One of those places where people know who you are.
Exactly.
Everybody knows your name.
Everybody. Here come old Wild Bill. Oh, Lord.
In the mornings, it's almost always breakfast with Ed and Bill and Big Dave. Rodney is here too most days. They're so regular they have a reserved table with a title.
This is called the Romeo table?
Yes, sir. Raunchy old men eating out.
Raunchy old men eating out.
That's right.
There's a fever in Gippsland. Happens every year in late winter. The jonquils begin to bloom again, and the roots begin to draw folks home.
My wife and I both grew up here in Gippsland.
Thomas Youngblood spent 40 years in the Army. Could have retired anywhere in the world, decided to come back.
Every time we would come home, it would be harder to leave and harder to leave. And so finally we decided, you know, this is where God wants us to be, right here.
Same thing in town at the Gippsland Grill. Charlie and Marcia lived in Shreveport, Baton Rouge. Then Marcia had to come home.
One of those middle-aged crazy ideas to move back to Gippsland in 2001, and we opened this grill.
And we couldn't get a hamburger,
Anyway.
so we opened the grill.
The Japanese magnolias are blooming at Melrose. She remembers Doris Matwire, who will be 100 in a few days, used to come here to pick pecans.
That's how we bought our school clothes. That's how we paid our bills.
That's the way it always has been at Melrose. Even before the big house was built, Matwires, like Doris, were picking cotton, growing tobacco. And it all began with a woman named Marie.
Welcome to Yucca Plantation. I'm Marie-Therese Coin, plantation mistress.
At the height of their wealth and power, Marie-Therese's sons owned 18,000 acres, just like this, all over this part of the country, and 500 slaves. They were considered at the time one of the wealthiest families in America.
The minute you come down that hill, it almost envelops you.
Since she was a little girl, Tammy Armstrong, often with her mother, would travel from Natchitoches down Highway 1, looking for peace.
I would walk up the steps and sit on the top step and then just enjoy the peace and quiet and just pray and seek answers to whatever was bothering me.
So were they. In the 1840s, a priest came to the Bayou Pierre community, now called Carmel, and built a monastery. This is where they would teach the gospel. But they wanted more, a place to go away from the noise and stress of life, a place of refuge in the forest.
See, this was a refuge for them to come with total and complete privacy.
They say that the donkeys and the mules that pull the wagons loved it so much that when they came out of the Red Chute Hills, they started braying and running because they knew it'd be easy pulling all the way to Bossier.
There's virtually nothing left now, a tiny stretch as you enter Bossier City, headed west from Houghton. A couple of other remnants in the woods, traces of a road that once was unique in America.
The only known roof-covered, dirt-floored roadway in America.
People still come, walking dogs, themselves. Kids love it, get all excited here. But if you want to do nothing, you found your place. In fact, there may be no finer place in all of Shreveport to do nothing than right here. I've been doing nothing here for 25 years, and I think I'll continue.